And we start with breaking news. Report of a school shooting, this time in Arlington, Texas, and there are multiple victims. These are live pictures right now you're looking at of Timberview High School in North Texas, just outside of Dallas. The school is currently on lockdown. To give you some context, this is between Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. Police appear to be treating this as an active threat at this time. According to Arlington Police, multiple law enforcement agencies are on the ground and also in the air doing a methodical search of the area. Now, in most school shootings, the law enforcement will go room to room. This is a massive school. We're talking nearly 1,900 students. Now, police have set up a media staging area for a possible news conference. A family reunification site has been established. Police say students will eventually be bused to that location after the school is completely secured. Again, we are reporting an active situation right now at a Texas high school. We will bring you updates as soon as we have them. And we now go to our guest, retired Los Angeles Police Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey. She is with us right now. Sergeant Dorsey, it is a pleasure to have you. We're talking about yet another school shooting at this point.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, you know, we continue to do this dance. I imagine when we hear from the governor there, the good governor in Texas, we'll hear more prayers and thoughts from him, as he seemingly has done very little to tamp down these kinds of situations, particularly in his state. And so very unfortunate. We know that there's been reports of at least one student and one teacher who's been pronounced in this incident. And so I hope they've identified the shooter and have the person in custody. We don't know that yet because we haven't heard, but it sounds like maybe there's information that the authorities aren't just releasing with us just yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Not much information is available right now. Sergeant Dorsey, walk us through exactly what law enforcement is doing right now. We're hearing the school is on lockdown. Can you just walk us through the process of an active situation and how law enforcement would handle it, especially knowing that kids are still in the building?
Well, if there are officers that are actually inside of the building now, they would probably be trying to, if they're able to, start removing people from the building. You know, I'm sure they have evacuation routes that they've probably planned and practiced for just such an occasion. And so you want to get people out of the building as safely as you can. It sounds like that's starting to happen. There's a reunification center where these students are being transported. If it's possible to have paramedics on the standby to deal with any injuries that may be life-threatening, to get them attended to and off to the hospital if they can do so safely. And then if the shooter is still believed to be on the premises, identify the location, secure that person, talk to these students as you're encountering them to find out if this alleged shooter might be trying to mingle and mix in the crowd of students. I've heard that it's a very large campus, and so you wouldn't want the shooter to ultimately get on a bus and be transported away and out of the scene. So there's a lot of moving parts right now.
Yeah, Texas also just they enacted a new law allowing people to carry handguns without a permit. That was recently enacted in that state, a state that already had an issue with mass shootings, according to Violence Archive. Do you think this could possibly be adding to the situation there?
Well, you know, it's hard to know if it's adding, but it certainly does nothing to help. This we can be sure of. And so, you know, not having to have permits, mentally ill folks, those with issues are allowed to carry. And so all of this does very little to change the trajectory that we seem to be continuing on, which is mass shootings at churches and schools and the like, not only in Texas, but around the country. And so I've often wondered, you know, what would it take to get these people's attention if after having 20-something young children, preschoolers shot and killed, doesn't cause you to do something different, then it's hopeless.
Can you talk about, you actually just started to discuss that, gun reform laws. and how that could possibly help. I know for a lot of advocates, they say, hey, if there was someone in that school that was possibly carrying a gun, the situation could have been averted. But is it really about that?
Not in my mind, because listen, we always hear them say, a good guy with a gun will stop a bad guy with a gun. And, there's a lot of variables that, is it more than one shooter? What type of weaponry do they have? How proficient, are these people on campus with guns? There was talk about, teachers arming themselves, and with everything else that goes on with educators to require them to be proficient with a handgun. And I understand what that means, because I know how often I had to shoot. I was required to shoot when I was a police officer, and that's a skill set that's perishable. And so there are a lot of considerations. Other students in the area, you can't just, if you have a gun, start firing off willy-nilly, because you don't know if you're going to wind up having some kind of a casualty by taking out another student or another teacher. And so that whole "we need more guns" is problematic for me. I don't buy it.
And as you know, Sergeant Dorsey, this is a developing story, so we have no idea what led to what, when it started, who was involved, and who's been injured in the shooting that just took place at this North Texas high school. What we are looking at right now are live images on the ground. We see multiple law enforcement agencies there. I'm being told that the ATF is now involved in this investigation. Can you tell us what part they would play in this?
Well, they're going to be adding to the layers of investigation that the local authorities are able to do, and bring to bear their resources, which are sometimes far greater, depending on the size of the municipality and what they have at their disposal. And so you have a joint agency cooperation to identify, locate, apprehend, and ultimately conduct a very thorough investigation. There may be more than one scene involved. We know that there's a situation here at the school, but if and when they identify the suspect, there will certainly have to be an on-scene investigation at that person's home that's going to be very extensive. And we've kind of had a window into what that looks like in the recent missing case with Gabby Petito, when the FBI converged on the home of her fiance, who's still missing. So they will certainly aid in the investigation, and maybe at some point take it over.
Sergeant Dorsey, we're still monitoring the situation right now. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us, please. We'd love to continue this conversation. It's just so troubling that here we are yet again, another school shooting taking place, this time in Arlington, Texas. Multiple people injured. We don't know the exact number. We don't know if a suspect is in custody at this time, but as soon as we get more information, we'll bring it to you.